Lead the Indians against all-star Mark Trumbo and the resurgent Los Angeles Angels. A road trip that started off rough ended with an offensive burst as the Indians took 3 out of 4 in Baltimore. Now it's time for some home cooking, but it won't be easy. The Angels are red hot and have the best record of the majors since the last time the two teams met. Ubaldo Jimenez faces off with a tough customer in Jared Weaver. However, he's 3-0 against the AL West, and he'll try to improve upon that next on Sports Time Ohio. Back home in downtown Cleveland, the Indians return off a long 10-day, 10-game road trip to open up a 4th of July series against the Los Angeles Angels. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Mann. Of course, we won't get to the 4th of July for a couple of days, but we're going to get this series started here against a red-hot Angels group that somehow, Rick, really has turned things around since the last time we saw them.
Well, it'll be a different ball club. It's just not Albert Pujols anymore, although he has turned it around offensively. He's starting to hit the long ball. Mark Trumbo, a young player, right-handed hitter that has really exploded with some home runs and some RBI since the end of April. It'll be a different team. They only scored 4 runs in the series the first time they came here. But the Indians coming off a series in Baltimore where they won 3 out of 4. 21 of their 55 hits were for extra bases. I don't think you're going to see that kind of offense against the Angels. They have a little better starting pitching than the Baltimore Orioles do.
The Indians do get Carlos Santana back in the starting lineup tonight, but no Travis Hafner. He's still rehabbing at AAA Columbus. Meanwhile, let's take a look at tonight's starting pitching matchup, courtesy of the Nissan Road Ahead.
Well, Ubaldo Jimenez coming back, and he's been throwing the ball very well in the month of June. He's tightened up his curveball. He has used his fastball much more and a pretty good splitter to go with it as well. He's going to be matched up against Jared Weaver, and Jared Weaver's an awful tough customer. Get to a Nissan dealer for great deals on innovation you can count on. He's got a good fastball, good breaking ball, but the Indians see a lot of changeups from this guy. Well, this is a guy that, he's only throwing about 88 to 89 miles an hour anymore because he mixes that changeup in, but he is 8-1. He's 4-0 in this ballpark. He's going to be tough to settle. They really worked him hard the last time they faced him because he was out after 6 innings because he had over 100 pitches, but he couldn't spot his fastball in that start. As bad as that last road trip was at times for the Indians, by winning 3 out of 4 in Baltimore and finishing strong, they come home just a game and a half out of first in the AL Central. We're back with all of tonight's play-by-play action coming up next.
Well, it's a beautiful night for baseball here at Progressive Field. Game time temperature will be right around 83 degrees. Warm and humid. The Angels back here in town for the first time since the end of April, when at that time the Angels were really limping as a ball club. But ever since then, they've caught fire, and they've been one of the best teams in the American League since. Problem for the Angels, they're trying to catch Texas, and the Rangers show no signs of slowing up. They're 50-30. So the Angels 5.5 off the pace in the AL West. The Indians, despite their struggles on the road, 40-38, just a game and a half behind front-running Chicago in the division. Ubaldo Jimenez making his warm-up tosses now for the Tribe. Let's take a look at the lineup he will face for Mike Scioscia's Angels, brought to you by Kia. Eric Ibar is in the leadoff spot. They scratched their talented center fielder Mike Trout. He's got a bad index finger that he jammed while sliding yesterday. Torrey Hunter in the 2-hole, then Albert Pujols. Kenry Morales bats cleanup. Mark Trumbo, an all-star selection, bats 5th. Alberto Callaspo 6th. Then Howie Kendrick. Peter Borges is in center field, batting 8th, and then Bobby Wilson will catch and hit 9th.
All right, let's take a look at the Indians starting pitcher, Ubaldo Jimenez, with a reminder to go to Indians.com now for the All-Star final vote. Jimenez making his 16th start of the year. He is 7-6. He is coming off a loss in New York in his last start. He really pitched a good game, and you remember that was the game where he threw that one pitch after brushing back Cano. About 3 or 4 pitches off the outside corner. He ended up hitting him for a 2-run home run, and it cost him a game, and it was actually a very good pitch. So we'll see if he can bounce back. He's 0-1 in his career against the Angels. Set the Indians defense, brought to you by Pat O'Brien Chevrolet, with 4 convenient locations and the best selection of Chevrolets in Northeast Ohio. Duncan, Brantley, and Chu in the outfield. It'll be Hanahan, Cabrera, Kipnis, and Kochman on the infield. Back in there behind the plate, Carlos Santana.
Jerry Lane, the crew chief, calling the balls and strikes. Bob Davidson at first, Jim Wolf at second, Mike McClinsky is at third. And we're ready to go here at Progressive Field as Eric Ibar stands in for the Angels.
Yeah, he was added to that leadoff spot with Trout out of there.
And the first pitch of the game catches the outside corner for strike 1. Ibar hitting .258. But he has swung the bat much better of late as the Angels have surged. Many of their offensive numbers have been better. Slow tapper. Santana can't come up with it, and Ibar is aboard with a little swinging bunt, essentially.
That's exactly what it was. High off the plate, and it goes down there, and if Santana had any chance, he was going to have to field it cleanly. He does not. It goes as an infield single. Hanahan wasn't going to get him. Kid can run, and Santana really, he puts pressure on you and didn't make the play. Infield single.
Gives him a hit in 17 of his last 19 games now. And it brings up Torrey Hunter. And ever since Torrey Hunter moved into the 2-hole in the lineup, he has really taken off. He's hit .351, and on the first movement, Ibar takes off, and he is out at second base. Kipnis slapped the tag on his thigh, or maybe on his hip. But he got him before he got to the bag, and that's a big first out.
I'll tell you what, that was a terrific play by Kipnis. It was not that good of a throw because it short-hopped him. Watch how Kipnis comes back and scoops it and ends up making the tag. I thought he had it in there. It was on the shortstop side. Very quick hands to get that ball and come back and tag him. Beautiful play.
And a good call.
Beautiful play. Jim Wolf right on it.
And Hunter bangs a single right into center field. Injury report today brought to you by Elk & Elk. Serious lawyers for serious injuries. Call 1-800-ELK, Ohio. For Mike Trout, I think I said index finger. It's actually the pinky finger on his right hand. And he was taking batting practice today, and I guess he felt some discomfort in there, so they decided not to push it. Chris Iannetta, they're hoping to get him back. He's helps out behind the plate in catching duties. And Vernon Wells with a right thumb injury. The pitch now to Pujols. Ripped foul. I don't think he even hit a loud foul ball the last time he was here.
Well, no, he was really struggling back in end of April. You know, with the pressure and everything, changing leagues. But, you knew it was just a matter of time. But I'll tell you one thing, they're getting aggressive on Ubaldo early.
He checks. It's a called strike.
And that caught stealing, too, that Santana throws out Ibar. That's only the second guy caught while Ubaldo has been on the mound. It's 2 out of 13 now.
Pujols pops it up right field.
Yeah, it took a little
Shin-Soo Choo.
sting out of the bat.
2 down.
Let's watch the sequence here. It's a first pitch fastball, and Pujols was waiting for it. Then he throws him a good curveball that locked him up. Now watch that front foot. He didn't have anything into it. He thought he might get a fastball in because he didn't commit to the outside part of the plate, and it was an all-arm swing there.
Pitch outside, ball 1. Ripped the left, and that's a fair ball all the way down into the corner. Duncan trying to dig it out. Can he keep Hunter from scoring? And he will get the stop sign. And they've got him caught up the bag, the tag. No, he's called safe. Oh, my. They almost had Hunter hung out to dry because he came around third with such a full head of steam that he literally had to slam the brakes on to get back in time.
Well, nobody could get to the bag. Hanahan couldn't get there, and Cabrera wanted to give him the flip because he would have been a dead duck at home plate. Morales uses the left field line. They had the shift on him. Duncan played it nicely. Gives that one good throw, and watch, Hanahan trying to get back. He throws the glove down, and his momentum just carried him over the bag, and Hunter was able to get back in.
Did you see Torrey Hunter? He pulled the right hand back. Watch him when he goes in with the right hand. He pulls it back.
And held it.
He never got a tag on him.
That's right. He did. He didn't give him anything to tag.
Well, now Mark Trumbo. What a season he's having. 20 homers, 55 ribbies, and a .312 batting average. Named to the All-Star team. Checked on a ball in the dirt. You remember the big slugger, Tim Salmon. Well, Trumbo's trying to get to the 50 homer mark, fastest in club history. He's at 227 games, sitting on 49 homers. And Tim Salmon got to 51 by game 245.
Well, this kid, he had a great year last year and missed about the last month because of injury. He's got great power. He was playing first base last year. Now, when they go out and they get Pujols, now they got to find another position. They had him at third base early, and they said he's going to be our third baseman in spring training. He couldn't cut it defensively. You know, he made a lot of errors and started the year out there, so they were picking and matching and where to put him. So now he's out in the outfield, and he will play all over the place.
The 2-1. When I was talking about Tim Salmon, I started to say Troy Gloss because that's who this guy reminds me of. I mean, big physical guy that, you know, remember Gloss was a third baseman,
right?
Sort of.
Well, he was, yeah. He wasn't a bad third baseman for as big as he was, a 6'5" guy.
That's why you look at Trumbo, you just don't see many third basemen that big. He swats this one into the outfield. Brantley going back. He's got room and pulls it down. So an eventful first inning, but the Angels are kept off the scoreboard. 3 hits, they strand a pair. Indians coming to bat. Shin-Soo Choo, Asdrubal Cabrera, Jason Kipnis, Michael Brantley, Carlos Santana, Johnny Damon, Casey Kochman, Shelley Duncan, Jack Hanahan. Tribe starting 9 brought to you by Progressive Insurance, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians.
Jared Weaver, the starter for the Angels tonight. Another outstanding year so far. It's his third start since coming off of the DL. He's 2-0 in his other 2 starts. And he is on his third consecutive All-Star team. For him, 8-1, and he has had a brilliant year. Last time he pitched against the Indians came April 27th. He went 6 innings, 7 hits, and had 8 strikeouts. He did walk 4, and he did not have command of his fastball. That's why they were able to get him out of there. But this guy pitches awfully well in this ballpark. 4-0 in his 7 starts.
Fastball, swing, and a miss. Missed down low with it. Count evens 1-1. Choo coming off a very good series in Baltimore in which he went 8 for 17, and he walked 4 times as well. Breaking ball, 1-hop smash to second. Howie Kendrick will throw him out 1 down.
Let's take a look at the Home Depot Angels defense. They are rated 9th in the league, 52 errors. Trumbo in left, Borges in center, Hunter is in right. Calespo at third, Ibar at short, Kendrick is at second, Pujols at first, Wilson behind the plate. More savings, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
Now, the Angels managed 3 hits in that top half of the first inning, but they did not score. When you look at the last 2 series that these 2 teams have played here in Cleveland, pitching dominant. And they've split the 6 games. But the ERAs are unbelievable. The Angels' ERA is 1.90, and the Indians' ERA is 1.50. And the batting averages very similar. The Angels have hit 153 in the last 2 series here, and the Indians have hit a little better than that at 225. So it has been pitching that has dominated, with these 2 teams squaring off in each of their last 2 series here at Progressive Field. And Asdrubal Cabrera looks at a strike.
Weaver, he throws that high fastball. He doesn't throw as hard as he used to. He's only throwing 88 miles an hour now, but he has such an outstanding changeup. That's what makes him so good. Left-hander's hitting just 169 off him, and he's punched out 49 of them. Changes the eye level.
In the air, left center. Borges and Trumbo converge. Trumbo takes it in left for out number 2. All right, let's see what the Indians have in store for Jared Weaver tonight from an offensive standpoint. Here's Katie Witham.
Well, Matt, things really don't change much for the Indians' offensive approach as far as what they did against Jared Weaver last time. They look to make him continue to work out there, earn those outs. They know Weaver's a guy who likes to try to pitch to contact. So the key, Bruce Fields told me today, is if they're going to swing early, make sure they're swinging at pitches to hit and not the ones Weaver is trying to get them to swing at. Guys.
Well, that high fastball that he's throwing, you've got to get on top of it right there if you're going to get after him early. Because he may throw it that first. I think he's going to want to establish that fastball this time around. And then that second time through, attack you with the off-speed pitches. There's the breaking ball. And once he gets ahead of you like this, he can go to work. He can carve you up.
He can elevate the fastball. He can get you to go off the plate. There's that elevated fastball. Kipnis got a bat on it. But from third base, Calespo throws him out, and the Indians go 1-2-3. No score after 1. Berry Chiller. Cherry and raspberry flavors blended with ice and 100% fruit juice. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. No score, second inning. Alberto Calespo, Howie Kendrick, and Peter Borges due up for the Angels. Ubaldo Jimenez with a fastball for strike one to Calespo. Big curveball, and it did catch the corner. Calespo not happy about the call of Jerry Lane. There's another guy who got off to a very, very slow start, but in his last 45 games, he's hit .285. Fastball and got him looking.
Oh, yeah. He's going back shaking his head saying, I don't think I saw a strike in that at bat.
Swing the bats, boys.
Unlike what we saw in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Total opposite. You're going to see a fastball right there. Had the plate.
That's right at the top of the strike zone. I mean, I know
Well,
hitters a lot of times aren't used to having to swing at that pitch, but
they may not. But after coming off a weekend that we saw in Baltimore, I'm telling you what, I'd rather see the strike zone a little wider. And that wasn't, I mean, it had the plate.
especially if you've got pitchers, Rick, that consistently hit those spots.
Well, Weaver's going to do the same thing, and
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be a strike with him just as well.
Line drive, Kipnis, short hops it, throws him out. 2 down. All right, let's check out tonight's trivia question brought to you by AT&T. 2 players have won a Gold Glove at 2 different positions. 2 players, a Gold Glove, 2 different positions. We'll have the answer coming up later in the game. There's a called strike to Peter Borges. Borges, a guy with great speed and a guy they really like, but Mike Trout's emergence has sort of pushed him to the background and sort of left him in limbo. Lines this one to center field. Brantley makes the catch, and the Angels go 1-2-3 quickly here in inning number 2. For the Indians here in the bottom of the second inning, Michael Brantley, Carlos Santana, and Johnny Damon. Brantley batting .280 on the year. And he takes a look at a strike on the outside corner. Michael got a day off yesterday, or at least most of the day off.
Part of a day off, right. He had to go in for defense.
Had a good series in Baltimore, going 5 for 12. He walked 5 times. And the count, 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 from Jared Weaver. And that'll leave it up.
That's right there what he does so well, Matt, is when he's behind in the count, he tried to go inside with that fastball. Then he throws you that big, slow curveball away at 72. So it's about 16 miles an hour off his fastball, but he drills it on the outside corner.
And a fastball, same spot. And Brantley grounds out the second. 1 away. Our stat of the game brought to you by your Northern Ohio GMC dealers. In 7 career starts here at Progressive Field, he's 4-0 with a 1.75 ERA. The Indians have beaten him up a little bit in Anaheim in his 6 career starts there, an ERA of over 5. Remember, he had that great start a couple of years ago against the young guy we traded to Colorado.
White? Alex White?
Alex White. And White outdueled him in Anaheim.
Was that his first win? His
Might
first
have been.
Major League win,
Yeah,
I believe?
I think it was early in the year. Ground ball right up the middle. It gets through, and a base hit for Carlos Santana and his return to the lineup. In fact, as I think about it, might have been last year. It might have been last April.
It was.
Yeah, early April or May. In any event, Carlos Santana, nice to see him back in the lineup.
Well, this is a ball right here where it hit beautifully. I mean, placed beautifully, I should say. They're playing Carlos over there to pull at second base, and he just hits a slow hopper up the middle. Weaver can't believe it got through, but it did.
Snaps an 0 for 10 slide for Carlos. After he sat out all 4 games in Baltimore over the weekend. Now Johnny Damon. Damon 0 for his last 6. He went 1 for 7 in Baltimore. That one hit was a home run. Up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Santana held at first by Pujols. And Damon fouls it right back. One ball, 2 strikes. Missed outside with it. That'll even it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Damon has hit in 7 of his last 10 games. Pops this one straight up in front of the plate. Pujols calls for it. And the first baseman has it. 2 down.
Well, buy your tickets early and save on seats for the big fireworks show that's going to take place tomorrow night And come on out and check out the Los Angeles Angels. It's a 7:05 start, and then following the game, fireworks will be set to patriotic music after the ball game. Log on to Indians.com/fireworks for your tickets. Tomorrow night.
Looking back, Rick, that game last year between Alex White and Jared Weaver was on May 7th. They both went 6 innings in that game. They both allowed 7 hits. Weaver gave up 4 runs. White gave up 3. And that was the final score. Now Casey Kochman. You know it's a long road trip when you look at the numbers from the trip, and guys had 35 and 36 and 37 at bats. Kochman was 7 for 35 on the trip. And all of a sudden Weaver has missed on 3 straight.
Well, they better get used to it because there's 3 more in the second half. 3 city trips, so they're going to get used to it on the road.
There's a bullseye, 3-1. Bottom of the second inning, no score. With Santana at first and 2 down.
You know, you break it down, the Indians, they played 38 home games. This is their 39th tonight. And they played 40 road games. So they've been, it's been one-on-one. That's how it works out anyway.
Fouled right back.
Boy, you live for pitches like that off Weaver. When you get the count in your favor, you certainly don't want to foul it off. You want to put it in play and put a good swing on it. He had the good swing. He just fouled it off. And I think that ball was just a bit up for him. That's a pitch that would be nice to drive to left center field.
Santana takes off on the 3-2, and Kochman lines it to Pujols for out number 3. 2 complete, no score.
Top of the third with no score. There's Mike Trout hanging out of the dugout. You know he wants to be playing. There's no question. Named the American League Rookie of the Month for the 2nd consecutive month. It's good to see nothing on the hand. Like we said, he stayed in the game after that first inning double, which he seemed to jam the hand into the bag. We saw him the other day. Remember the normal slide into the bag at second base?
And it looked like he had that similar type of look. And I asked Mike Socha this today when he slid in the other day on a stolen base. Remember when feet first into that slide?
That's what I was talking about.
And I asked him about that, and Mike said, no, it's just one of those things he decided to do it on his own. Now, he doesn't necessarily feel that he's going to do it every single time doing the head first slide a la Ricky Henderson. But that was an opportunity to go feet first, which is generally going to be the safer way to go in, because eventually some infielders block the base, and if you have your foot there planted, it's very difficult for a base fielder to get the hand around. But if you're going in feet first, they're not going to block that base when you're sliding for a stolen base attempt.
Bobby Wilson in the hole at 0-2. And he looks at a fastball right down the pipe as he goes down looking for out number 1. Second strikeout of the game for Jimenez, who's retired the last 5 in a row since the Morales double. So back to the top of the order now, and Eric Ibar coming up. Angels with 3 hits in the first, stranding runners at second and third. Ibar had a knock, little dribbler on the third base line. And then on the very first pitch, Torrey Hunter took off for second and was thrown out by Santana. Eric ahead of the count at 2 balls and no strikes. Now 7 for 21 on this road trip. Corner infielders for the Indians, of course, playing in with Ibar at the plate. Hanahan at third. And Kochman at first. This one pulled over to second. Kipnis has it. 2 outs. And log on to FoxSportsWest.com. Check out all the features that are on there, including Ryan Holland's blog, the former UCLA Bruin and NBA veteran, talking about free agency. And then, of course, there's an article there about the NHL and NBA free agency overall. FoxSportsWest.com. Get connected.
A lot of good stuff on there.
It is a website with information. Torrey's ahead of the count at a ball and no strikes. He had a base hit up the middle in the first, so he's 1 for 1.
Torrey in his last 20 games, .346 batting average. Remember, it was here where he started getting a swing together. 2 home runs, back-to-back games, solo shots to right center field. He's got that real good approach of going the other way here at Progressive Field.
Torrey went around. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Torrey has 28 career home runs against Cleveland pitching and 95 RBI.
Here comes the 1-2 downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jimenez making his second career start against the Angels. His first one resulted in a loss, went 7 innings, struck out 5. Gave up 4 runs on 7 hits. Foul back to the right. Count remains at 2-2. Jimenez, the former Rocky, came over in that deal that sent Alex White, Drew Pomeranz, Joe Gardner, all pitchers, infielder Matt McBride to get this right-hander. And Jerry Lane rings up Torrey. It's another 1-2-3 inning for the Angels. Still no score.
Cleveland, Indians and the Angels, no score, bottom of the third. Shelley Duncan, Jack Hanahan, Shin-Soo Choo due up for the Tribe. Shelley Duncan coming off one of his best series of the year. And a line drive smash to third, right at Cayaspo. One away. Second straight line drive out for the Indians.
Yeah, nothing you could do here. He says, I'm looking for that first pitch fastball. He got it, hit it right on the nose, but Cayaspo flags it down. Not much you can do about that. They say, good swing, way to hit it. You go, yeah, right. Give me a hit. Let me stay hot.
Well, Jack Hanahan will step in here. Hanahan, who spent time on the disabled list with the back problem and then the hamstring issue, but now he's the Indians' third baseman with Lonnie Chisenhall down. Chisenhall, for all intents and purposes, will be sidelined the rest of the year, 10 to 12 weeks with that fractured forearm and then the subsequent surgery. Two and one to count. And another hard hit ball, but right at the shortstop. Ibar, 2 down. Tonight's minor league update, courtesy of University Hospitals. Anthony Gallus, another big game offensively, 3 for 4, drove in a run, scored 1, hit .375 in his last 17 ball games with a hit in 16 of them. Now here's Shin-Soo Choo, who grounded out his first time up.
These two pitchers aren't messing around, are they? They're sitting out there. They're pounding the strike zone saying, let's go. Looks like he's telling Choo now if that ball would have rolled fair, that would have been a fair ball. Because he hits it back behind the plate, and Choo just stayed right there. That ball had a little spin on it. He tried to get it out in front of the plate, and he was explaining it to him. Jerry Lane
wouldn't have had to roll much farther, Rick.
Right.
It was very close to being in fair territory.
And I think he was telling him that. There's the change of the eye level for the hitter. You see Weaver do that a lot when he gets to 2 strikes. It's not going to be a strike pitch.
Choo hits one high in the air, slicing down the line and out of play.
You know, and when you throw an 88, that goes to show you can pitch up in the strike zone and still succeed throwing 88
if you're accurate.
But you've got to set it up. You've got to have. He's got the curveball. He's got the changeup, but he goes letter high because it's still tough to get on top of that ball. You'll see him foul it off, and as a hitter, you see that pitch very well. It's just tough to get on top of it and put a good swing on it or catch up to it. Jim Palmer used to pitch like that, a lot of high fastballs. But I think Palmer threw a little harder.
Ooh, close pitch, didn't get the call. Choo benefits. Now it's a 2-2 count.
This guy gives you a different arm angle, and he can be tough to pick up. No hitter to his credit this year. No hitting the Minnesota Twins.
Oh, there's that good changeup, and he strikes him out. First strikeout for Weaver tonight through 3, no score. The Angels had 3 hits. The Indians just 1 for L.A. Albert Pujols, Kendry Morales, Mark Trumbo coming up. Jimenez gave up all 3 hits in the first. Has retired the last 7 in a row. 3 by strikeout. Pujols flied to right his first time up when he was fooled. And out on his front foot, just kind of popped it up.
Yeah, he started off fastball, curveball, and then went something away.
There's a hard hit ball in the right field for a single.
See, that time he was sort of maybe trying to shoot it that way. And
now they're shading him up the middle, so
he kept his hands back too. Watch, and he did. His body was out in front in the last one. He made sure he stayed back behind the ball that time. He didn't stride. He just used his front foot, and then boom, right in the hole between first and second. So that's the way you get hits.
Now
Take it the other way.
They shift 3 on the right side now for Kendry Morales, who doubled to left field his last time up.
Yeah, he sort of beat the whole thing last time. They were playing this way, and he hit it right down the third baseline, down into the corner. Nice play here by Santana, blocking this ball. Got a glove on it to keep it in front of him. Saves a base, and that's big after the leadoff single.
Just missed with that fastball, 2-0.
Nice fastball inside, just a hair inside.
Wow. I don't know. There's a strike call, 2-1.
Ubaldo has pitched better here in this ballpark, where he is 3-2 and an ERA of 3.79.
High fly ball, shallow right center. Brantley and Chu converge, and Michael takes it. 1 away. Here's our great clip of the game from yesterday. Justin Masterson, 7 innings, 7 strikeouts. Again, pitching like a true ace. Great clips. It's going to be great.
Well, that's what the Indians had to do. They got to get their 2 big pitchers, on track. Masterson did it yesterday, and for his last 13 starts, he's gone at least 6. You look at Jimenez, in his last 5 starts, he's gone at least 6 innings. So that's what Manny Acta and the Indians need. They needed those 2 guys to step front and give them some innings, some length. And I know during some of their starts, their run support wasn't there, but if they can continue to do that over the course of the long haul, hopefully it will be.
Mark Trumbo fly to pretty deep center his first time up.
I remember last year this guy had 4 hits and a ball never left the infield one time. He had 3 in. I mean, he just topped it and beat it out. Big old Baltimore chops.
In Anaheim. He has hit into 6 double plays this year.
Oh boy! Oh, forget it.
Great jump by Pujols, and the ball hit him.
Yeah, it did.
And carrying right to Cabrera. Where did it hit him at?
It looked like it got him in the side of the helmet or the face. Because he had really no chance. Oh, it got him in the shoulder. And I think it deflected off his helmet. He had such a jump off Jimenez. He was guessing right there and took off. And you can see it's right up there on the shoulder. But then Carlos somehow, some way, got that ball there, and he's going to have a chance. It hits him right on the shoulder. Kipnis trying and deflected off his helmet and goes right to Cabrera. Look at Kipnis try and keep the tag on him like he's still got the ball in his glove. So that'll go as a stolen base.
Tell you what, he's in considerable amount of pain.
Yeah, that hit him right up. He's telling somebody catch
he's
the
yelling
ball.
at Cabrera. Cabrera wasn't anywhere near it.
Well, that's what happens. Another dimension. You want to steal a base, sometimes you pay for it. I know physically you do. This time, you don't expect the ball to hit you, but it certainly did.
Now Mark Trumbo has a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Breaking ball hit off the end of the bat to first. Kochman will flip it to Jimenez. 2 down as Pujols moves over to third. Hell, if you want the latest updates from down on the farm, well, just tune into Indians Minor League Magazine. Tomorrow night, you'll meet Indians top draft pick Tyler Naquin. That's Indians Minor League Magazine tomorrow night at 6 right here on STO. Alberto Calespo out on strikes his first time up. Calespo sends one high in the air to left. Shelley Duncan is there. And the inning is over. The Angels get a hit, leave one stranded. We go to the bottom of the fourth, no score. It has been a pitcher's duel to this point, which, as I mentioned earlier, nothing new between these two clubs here in Cleveland. And in their last 2 series that they've played here head-to-head, pitching has dominated. Ground ball to second base, and Cabrera is an easy out to start the bottom of the fourth. Each team has won 3 in their last 6 head-to-head matchups here. The ERAs are below 2. Batting averages are paltry. And that's just the way it has gone between these two clubs here in Cleveland.
Well, let's see.
More the same.
The Indians won 3-2 and 4-0, and they lost 2-1
earlier this year. Yeah. Now Jason Kipnis sends a high fly to left.
2
Mark
pitches,
Trumbo.
2 outs. Rick, I bet you didn't know this, but the Midwest Beach Soccer Series is back.
Former Cleveland Crunch goalie Otto Orff brings this unique 5-on-5 soccer tournament to Headlands Beach in Menard July 14th and 15th. It's music, sun, soccer, and fun for the whole family. For all the information, visit handsonsoccer.com.
Man, we're not going to be here to go see it. I think we're in Toronto and then down to Tampa over that weekend.
Well, Otto has long been a well-known soccer star throughout Cleveland and northeastern Ohio, and he's done a lot of great work with kids who want to get into soccer. Isn't Otto from up around your neck of the woods?
I'm not quite sure exactly where he's from.
There's a strike to Michael Brantley, who grounded to second base his first time up.
The last time Weaver pitched against the Indians, after 4 innings, he had 87 pitches. This will be pitch number 46. So it is a totally different start here. He has commanded his fastball.
Curveball swung on and missed. Boy, he's had a good one, too.
Well, that's what surprised me to start this inning out. He's got a good curveball. He threw a curveball to Cabrera first pitch, and Asdrubal went after it and made an out on the first pitch. That'd be a tough pitch to hit on the very first pitch, you're seeing.
Ground ball to first. And Albert Pujols will take it himself. A 7-pitch 4th inning for Jared Weaver. Goose eggs through the first 4. No score. By Panini, with 17 locations in Northeast Ohio. By Levin's, home of the Sealy Posturepedic mattress made right here in Northeast Ohio. And by KiaCleveland.com. No scores. We go to the 5th inning. Otto Orff was born in Elma, New York.
Elma, New York?
Yeah, right outside of Buffalo there. And I know he went to
well,
school
then
in
that is,
Buffalo.
That's my homie then.
Yeah, he's it's your bro.
Yes, indeed.
And a strike called to Howie Kendrick. Bottom third of the Angels order due up here. Hit him.
Yes, it did.
And Kendrick will take his base.
That got him right on the elbow. The flip is not wearing any padding. A lot of hitters do. That one just deflects off and goes to the backstop, so he will take his base. See if Mike Scioscia tries to do anything here with this combination at the plate. Peter Borges, a guy that can run, he can bunt. Kendrick, a guy that has some speed, not blistering like some other guys. Start the runner and create a hole.
The Angels have already attempted 2 stolen bases tonight.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all with this combination going on. Bottom part of the lineup, you're looking to get something going.
Snap throw to first, and Kendrick.
There you go.
Beats the
Keep
tag.
him that much closer.
But Jimenez has fallen behind 2-0 now. Borges takes a strike.
Now's the time. If you want to do it, you can do it on this pitch. An action pitch, 2-1. He's taking a long look down there at third base. He had a little flinch going on.
Now the set on the 2-1. Runner holds. He missed down low with it. 3-1. Bobby Wilson, the on-deck hitter. And Borges fouls it off. So now a full count, and you almost expect them to be moving now.
I would think so now. Send out some birthday wishes. Wes Welty is turning 83 today. David Hood of Bedford, Virginia is 59. And Dominic Martin turning 4. Happy birthday to everybody out there.
The 3-2 runner goes. And a strikeout.
Why didn't Santana go ahead and throw and hit him? He could have ran up, and he foul tipped it. He caught it. Why didn't he just go ahead? He was out in front of the plate. That's where you get your interference. You have to hit the runner. Watch Santana stop. Don't stop. I know he had the ball. That's where you throw, and the guy would have had to go back. It would have been interference if he hits him. He stopped. He was out over the plate.
Well, especially in that instance because Kendrick had such a good jump. He wasn't going to get him anyway,
Doesn't
so why
matter.
not take your chance there?
Absolutely. You go ahead and you just try. Just run into the guy.
1 out now. Bobby Wilson steps up. And a base hit into left field. Duncan charges. Coming around third and being held is Kendrick. And the throw goes all the way to home. But Wilson stops at first. So Bobby Wilson, the light-hitting catcher, comes up with a base hit here. Just the fifth hit of the game for the Angels. And they've got runners at first and third with only 1 out.
Well, he's cheating on this ball. He's getting a breaking ball, and he's going out front, and he hit a pretty good pitch. Down and away. He had to be looking for that. Duncan comes in. They're not going to be able to score Kendrick. They're take their chances now with 1 out, and you're rolling it over at the top of the lineup.
Eric Ibar, who has bounced into 6 double plays on the year, steps in. And believe it or not, 5 of the 6 double plays that he has grounded into this year have been from this side of the plate. You would almost just say, well, most of the double plays he's hit into are from the right side of the plate because he loses maybe a step and a half or a couple of steps, but it's been just the opposite. The 1-0. Drilled. Deep center. Brantley back. He'll make the catch, but tagging and coming home with the first run of the game is Howie Kendrick.
And the Angels take a 1-0 lead. So a hit batter, a stolen base, and then the base hit by Wilson moves him to third. He's home on the sac fly by Ibar, who gets his 21st run batted in on the year.
Well, the way Weaver's thrown, that's exactly what they wanted to do. Get on the board and give him a run. And it's the bottom part of the lineup that does that.
Torrey Hunter singled in the first, struck out his last time up. Slowly chopped to short. Cabrera will have to hurry. He unloads, and he got him by a half a step. So we'll go to the bottom of the fifth with the Angels now on top 1-0. It's a 1-0 Angels lead now as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Carlos Santana, Johnny Damon, and Casey Kochman coming up for the Tribe. 47 pitches for Jared Weaver, 30 strikes. And he went through the Indians in the fourth inning on just 7 pitches. Santana has the only hit of the game so far for the Tribe, a bouncing ball single up the middle in the second inning.
Yeah, and it came on the first pitch, and he went after it again.
Quickly 0-2 the count.
There's the change of the eye level. And I mean, it's when you watch him pitch, this is he's just doing this like a surgeon. You know, gets ahead of you. He shows you that high fastball. He comes back with a changeup or breaking ball. He doubled up there and tried to throw the fastball in, but it was down. I mean, he has had very good command today. And he has put the ball where he has wanted to and where his catcher is calling for it.
And a breaking ball hit up the first baseline. Pujols takes it himself. 1 away.
You know, let's watch the sequence here to Santana. He's going to get after him early. And there it is. Fastball down out of the zone. He swung at a ball. Then he goes changeup away. Now he's going to go fastball up to change his eye level. He goes down and in, and he doubles up on the fastball, comes back with the curveball, has him way out front, easy out.
Here's Johnny Damon, who popped up his first time to the plate, and he takes a curveball for a strike. And that fastball is hit to left. Trumbo has that for out number 2.
Well, come on down to Progressive Field Thursday. It'll be Dollar Dog Night. Buy early and save on seats as the Tribe takes on the Tampa Bay Rays, and enjoy hot dogs for only $1 all night long, courtesy of Sugardale. Log on to Indians.com for your tickets.
Going Lionel Richie on him, huh?
All night long.
Casey Kochman, he hit a hard line drive his first time up right at Albert Pujols, the first baseman. And another curveball for a strike. Boy, Weaver isn't bouncing it. He's not missing. He's throwing that curveball for strikes whenever he wants to. And he's not hanging him over the middle of the plate either.
No, he's not. He has excellent command.
If he's had too much of the plate with it at time, he's taken so much off of it that the hitters are just out in front, can't stay back.
He's 80% strikes. First pitch strikes. Look at that. 13 out of 16, and he's just rolling.
39 out of 56 overall.
Kochman got a good hitter's count his first time up. You know, and this is just the fastball. It's eye high. If he throws that fastball middle of the plate and it's up like that, you get hitters to swing at it sometimes. This one was just a little too high.
Fastball up and away. And the count now 2-2. Hunter. Indians go 1-2-3 again. And Jared Weaver has retired 11 in a row.
Fan Zone with Hannah, today's lucky $25 Indians Fun Money winner. Hannah, how's the view from up here?
Really good.
Really good. We have a great time up here. You can be a winner too. All you have to do is buy tickets to sit in the Subway Extreme Fan Zone. Subway is where winners eat. Matt, Rick, we'll send it back over to you guys.
Thanks, Katie. 1-0 Angels as we go to the 6th. Albert Pujols, Kendry Morales, and Mark Trumbo. Pujols 1 for 2 with a base hit. And a curveball from Jimenez in for a strike. Oh, sidearm breaking ball.
Boy. Yeah, you know, he does that once in a while. During the course of the game to a tough hitter, he'll change his arm angle with that breaking ball, and that was a dandy there.
Now back Pujols, you know, Rick, did you notice he was reaching for that shoulder, the one that he got hit when he was stealing second base? After that swing, he reached immediately for that same spot that he injured. Watch him go right for it.
Yeah.
That's bothering him. That ball must have just caught him on a weird spot.
Yeah. Right up there on the socket.
Fastball in the dirt, 2-2. Low with it, full count. In his career now, Pujols 5 hits and 17 career at-bats against Jimenez. And a curveball hung high. So he had him down on the count, but he couldn't put him away. And that's the first walk issued by Jimenez. Game recap brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. There you have it. 1 run. Eric Ibar with a sacrifice fly for the only run of the game for the Angels. Jared Weaver has made it stand up with a 1-hitter. He's retired 11 Indians in a row at this point. Find out about more than 30 Toyota offers available now at buyatoyota.com. Kendry Morales doubled in the first, fly to center his last time up. 3 of the first 4 Angels had hits to start this game, but Jimenez got out of that inning and has settled down ever since. Good block by Santana, but Pujols able to go down to second base. And now they've got him hung out to dry. The throw back to Kipnis, and he's out. Heads up play by Jason Kipnis as both Cabrera and Hanahan were chasing Pujols to third. And then once he rounded the bag, he got in. He was halfway to third, and that's when Santana saw Kipnis breaking for second base, and he backtracked and got him.
Well, I'll tell you, he did the Indians a favor there. They gave him second base. Santana did a nice job of blocking that ball, but it was at the feet of Morales. But then he continued to go. And watch, you're right. He was halfway. He thought he was going to beat him there, and then realized he couldn't. And then Kipnis just comes over and fills up the hole and takes second base, and he's thrown out.
Morales a swing and a miss, 1-2.
I don't know now. How's that scored?
He's just out advancing.
Pitch? Wild pitch, out advancing. Thank you, Walrus.
There's a fly ball hit to pretty deep right field, but Chu on the move gets there in time to make the catch, 2 down.
I mean, he did the right thing. He took off for second base on this ball in the dirt. You know, and Santana wasn't going to get there, but I think he got a little greedy. Because you see nobody, and the shift for Morales that somebody was not going to beat him to third base. Well, by the time he realized it, he put on the brakes and tried to get back. It was too late. And, you know, in a one-run game like this, that could be a big play. They would have had a man on second, nobody out. He hits that sac fly or that fly ball, moves him to third. They have an opportunity to add another one.
Just as Ibar thrown out trying to steal in the first was a big play. That cost him a run. That was a bang-bang play. Popped him up. Gonna be a tough play, though. Kipnis, long run. He's there. Makes the basket catch. And the inning is over. So we'll head to the bottom of the sixth. It remains 1-0 Angels. You've got fans out there in the desert.
I know that.
Probably your neighbors. Shelley Duncan, line to third, is first and only time up tonight. Fastball missed down low. 1 strike. I don't know if it's because of the way he throws, but Jared Weaver, to me, always looks like he's throwing harder than what the radar gun reads out.
Well, you know what? You may not pick it up, and he's so long and lanky, man, and all of a sudden he comes from different angles. He creates angles that it's tough for the hitter to see. I mean, he's long, and that stride is long. Look where he steps. He steps in between third base and home plate. And for a right-hander, that's really has to be tough. But he's tougher on left-handed hitters.
You could see he's not happy with Jerry Lane. He thought that last pitch was a strike.
Well, Jerry's been pretty fair tonight. He hasn't missed many.
And it's ball 4. And Weaver visibly frustrated on the mound as Duncan is aboard. That stops the streak of 11 in a row retired, and Mike Scioscia's giving it to Jerry Lane as well.
Well, he's giving it the catcher's look, saying, hey, where were those? Let's look and see. There's one right there.
That's low.
He was calling it low. That's what he was calling it. And, you know, Weaver's been there all night. He's thinking, okay, I thought I had it. But they do get the leadoff man aboard, and it was a walk. And that was his first of the night. He's only struck out 1.
Jack Hanahan grounded to short his first time up. "65 pitches for Weaver. 42 of those have been strikes. So surprising that even though they were borderline, he ended up walking Shelley Duncan. And he had Hanahan out on the front foot, but it's back and out of play. Not by much.
No, that's one you need there. You need that one to get to the seats. Yeah, you get their leadoff man aboard first time tonight. They've only had one hit. That was a one-out single back in the second, so you got to take advantage of it, and he's giving you the base runner. It's like what they did to Jimenez when he, well.
Double play ball, 4-6-3. All right, time now to check out that AT&T trivia question once again. We'll get the answer. Two players that won a Gold Glove at two different positions. One of them played for the Angels, Darren Erstad. The other,
Polanco. Second base with the Tigers, third base with the Phillies.
Huh.
You wouldn't guess him, would you?
No, I
would have guessed
never
a couple
thought him.
other guys, too.
Yeah. Two down for Shin-Soo Choo, 0 for 2 on the night, and he takes a strike. Beats it into the ground, but it'll stay foul. And now he's down on the hole 0-2. Jared Weaver facing Shin-Soo Choo is just one hitter over the minimum now here in this sixth inning. And a base hit into right field for Choo. Boy, you can hear Weaver hollering as soon as Choo made contact. Upset with himself apparently over the location of that pitch, but Choo hit it hard between first and second.
0-2 pitch. And that's 10 times he's had 2 strikes on one of the Indians' hitters. So, Choo, it's very difficult to take advantage of a guy that has such control. Did you see that fastball leak out over the plate?
Look at him hollering.
Well, I mean, he's competitive. He knows that he had him set up to go any way he wanted, but he made a mistake with his location, and Choo took advantage of it. So you tip your cap. Choo gets a second hit for the Indians.
Well, and even though he's retired Asdrubal Cabrera twice tonight, now he knows he's got to face one of the Indians' better hitters. And Choo is aboard in front of Asdrubal Cabrera. Cabrera flied to left in the first, grounded to second base in the fourth. Third time through the order now for Weaver. See if it matters or if it makes any difference.
Well, he's rarely been out of the stretch today.
Well, remember, we talked about his last time, 6 innings, he was 115 pitches.
Yeah.
He's at 71.
I know it. It's been a total different start compared to the last time here in April. I'm looking for Choo if he gets a jump to take off. Ooh, another pitch that's just low. And he hasn't gotten that pitch in the inning. Another pitch down.
And that is a good call. You can see where he's reaching for it. It's definitely down.
I know. It's on the plate. I'm not saying it's a strike. I'm not, but it's been a ball all inning. That's close. You got Balk and Bob over there at first base. He better make sure he steps to first because, you see him turn and almost like he didn't step.
Runner goes.
There you go.
Cabrera bounces it right to Pujols and ends the inning. So through 6, the Indians have just 2 hits and they trail 1-0.
man who collects all those bobbleheads, you got to make sure you're here this Wednesday. Sandy Alomar Jr. will be handed out to the first 15,000 fans through the gate, presented by Meritech. And if you're thinking about season tickets, you want to log on to Indians.com/season tickets right now. They still have great seats available, and that season ticket guarantee is that you'll still have the maximum savings on single ticket offers on those best seats. Check it out online right now, guys.
All right, thanks, Katie. 7th inning here at Progressive Field, and a 1-0 Angels lead. Alberto Callaspo for 2, leading off for the Halos. Hard hit ball by Kochman into right. And a leadoff single for the Angels. Their 6th hit of the night.
They've had their leadoff man aboard 5 times out of the 7 innings, believe it or not. And they've only been able to get on the board once. There's a 2-0 pitch, and I mean, he takes advantage of it there. That ball's smoked by Kochman. That is just their 6th hit. So once again, leadoff man aboard.
Howie Kendrick hit by a pitch to start the 5th inning and came around to score the game's only run.
Kendrick, a guy, if you recall, back in April, was in that number 2 hole. You know, they thought this guy would be in front of Pujols throughout the course of the year because he swings a good bat. He goes the other way. He's got a nice stroke for that number 2 hole. He stays on the ball very well.
Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Throw down.
Bingo.
All kinds of time.
Santana has thrown the ball very well. He stayed behind that one, and that was an excellent throw there.
Callaspo doesn't have a stolen base on the year. And you can see Kendrick swinging and missing badly at the pitch.
Hit and run. Hit and run was on. He had to swing, and Santana just stayed behind, and I mean put it right on the money. Kipnis just caught it and kept his glove right there. Couldn't have been any better. He slides right into a beautiful throw. That's going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it. So he has thrown out 2 tonight, and they have 2 stolen bases tonight.
A little bit low.
But boy, those they've made 3 outs on the bases. The Pujols last inning, and then the 2 caught stealings in the 1st and now the 7th. But that's how the Angels play. I remember one time, remember in 07 when we were snowed out early and we ended up having to go to Milwaukee and we played the Angels because we were snowed out here with Seattle?
Yeah.
And went over there and they ended the game.
That's right.
Getting thrown out at second base.
Kendrick drives one to deep left field, and that will find the seats. Kendrick's 5th home run of the year. And the Angels now lead it 2-0.
And he has scored both the runs tonight. Picked down a hanging breaking ball. One of the few mistakes Ubaldo has made tonight. And get a look at it. Oh, boy, you want him back, don't you? After you let it go 79 miles an hour. And that's on the middle end. And he just stayed back and turned on it nicely. His 5th homer.
Peter Borges 0 for 2. Way outside. That fastball hit to right field, but Chu is there. 2 down. Back to the studios we go once again. Here's Al Pulaski.
Hey, Matt and Rick, let's go to Detroit. Twins taking on the Tigers. The Tigers staked Doug Fister to a 1-0 lead, but Minnesota has since scored 4 here in the 4th inning, highlighted by this Trevor Plouffe 2 RBI single and 2 in the 5th. So the Twins are up 6-1 over Detroit. Matt?
All right, thanks, Al. Bobby Wilson fouled that off his front foot. The Chicago White Sox are idle tonight. They open a series against Western Division leading Texas at home tomorrow. Chris Sale against Roy Oswalt. Here's the 0-1. In the dirt, 2 balls and a strike. Howie Kendrick with a solo homer here in the 7th, extending the Angels' lead to 2-0. Wilson hits it hard to third. Jack Hanahan, though, makes the grab, and the inning is over. A solo dinger by Kendrick. Angels 2, Indians nothing. 7th inning stretch brought to you by the Cleveland Clinic. Join the free walking program Let's Move It Mondays at Progressive Field and at the Metro Parks Zoo. Visit letsmoveit.org for more information. Stop by and get overstuffed at Panini's Bar and Grill. 2-0 Angels as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Mike Scioscia was out for a long animated talk with home plate umpire Jerry Lane in between innings. It didn't look real amicable either.
Well, Weaver's only given up 2 hits. 0-2 single to Chu in the 6th, and Santana hit the first pitch back in the 2nd. 1-out single. And that has been it. He has been in total control and command of this ball game.
And that's in there for a strike. And therefore, strike to Kipnis, and that's a full count now.
And took it all away, and why not? He just throws that curveball whenever he wants to tonight and wherever he wants to. Coming back with a 3-2 changeup. And Fish weren't biting there. He's upset at himself for not throwing a strike. Second walk for Weaver. So now that brings the tying run to the plate. Boy, this is what you need. Boy, you'd love to have one, shoot one just to get it back in the game. These people had not had anything to cheer about tonight. Limited amount of base runners. Last time they had the leadoff walk in the 6th inning, Hanahan grounded into the double play.
Michael Brantley 0 for 2. Couple of ground outs. Line drive, base hit right field. And Kipnis will stop at second base. So the Indians making some noise now in the 7th. It's the first time tonight they've had back-to-back base runners.
Well, Michael wasn't going to spot him a high fastball. He jumps on it. I like it. After coming off and walking Kipnis, and then coming to 3-2, there's the 86-mile-an-hour fastball at the top of the zone, and Michael was ready for it. He knew he wanted to get ahead of him, so he rips it into right field. First and second, nobody out. Good start to this inning.
Now Carlos Santana, 1 out of 2 on the day. Santana missed the series in Baltimore. He's had some rib cage soreness that led to some back issues. Though he was ready to go yesterday for the series finale, did not get the nod. Manny Acta electing to keep him out one more day. And now back in there tonight, and he's got a pretty good situation here as Bobby Wilson goes to the mound for the first time tonight to talk to Weaver.
It's the first time that Weaver's been in a little bit of hot water. He is not commanding it like he did through the first 5 innings, actually 6 innings. Fell behind Kipnis 3-0. Brantley jumped on the first pitch, and now he is behind Santana. The Indians are one swing of a bat away.
The 2-0. Oh, did he have a big, vicious cut?
Well, that's it. And Weaver knew it because he threw him the changeup. He's got a fastball count, and he's getting a changeup, and he was just out in front of it. Gets the swing and miss.
Missed outside, 3 balls and a strike. All right, so 2-0, he went changeup. Does he go 3-1 changeup?
No, he goes 3-1 curveball. He did 3-1 curveball to Kipnis. Remember, that's the pitch he can throw for a strike. He walked him on the changeup, so I'm saying he comes back with a curveball.
Santana waits, and the curveball is low, and the bases are loaded. 2 walks in the inning for Weaver. And the first time tonight this crowd has had something to get on their feet about. Only 21,616 here tonight for the opener of this 3-game series.
Well, he is in officially hot water right now. The 2 walks, his own fault. And Brantley, jumps on that first fastball. So now it's up to Johnny Damon. You must get a couple runs in here now with bases loaded. I think right now it's imperative they tie this game 2-2 minimum. If Weaver can minimize the damage here, this does not bode well for the Indians. They've got to try and tie this game up right here.
Johnny
I'm not
Damon
saying right with this batter either.
Johnny Damon has popped up, flied out. Weaver's fastball misses outside, but Damon chased after it. And it's 0-1. Damon pops it up, back to the screen. Bobby Wilson's out of room. This has been, for whatever reason, a vexing situation for the Indians all season long. Batting just .211 as a team with the bases loaded. They are 15 for 71. Damon trying to snap that trend right here. But he's down on the count 0-2. And the fastball hit on the ground to third. Callaspo's coming home. They get the force there. One away. Base is still loaded.
Well, and that's all they had to do is just make sure you give him a good feed at home plate. He only has to have his foot on the plate. You don't have to tag him. And not a very good at-bat there by Johnny Damon. Callaspo just makes sure they're only going to get one. Now, Casey Kochman, his opportunity.
Casey Kochman looks at a ball down low. Kochman lined out to first back in the second inning, and he flied to right in the fifth. Indians with a great opportunity here in this seventh inning. Jared Weaver's 90th pitch of the night. Fouled right back.
Well, he had a good cut at that ball. Look at him. He wanted it back. That ball was running away a little bit, but he fouled it back. Again, the second time tonight, he had a good pitch to hit and fouled it back.
Michael Brantley is at third. Carlos Santana, the tying run at second. Johnny Damon at first, the 1-1. Kochman fouls it out of play.
Well, you know, Kochman would love to do some damage to his former team. There's the high fastball now. He has usually followed that up tonight with a curveball. And I think that's exactly what Wilson's going to talk to him about. What do you want to do here? We've got him down 1-2. Do you want to waste a pitch and set up maybe the ground ball double play? Do you want to go for a punch out? We will see.
Now Weaver ready, and the 1-2 up high.
He wanted to set that curveball up again. He did that the exact same thing in his last at bat. Went up high, but he followed it up the next time with a down and in fastball. This time I think it's going to be the breaking ball.
Weaver ready. Bases loaded, one out, the 2-2. Popped him straight up at the plate. Bobby Wilson makes the catch. 2 down. And that's going to leave it up to Shelley Duncan. And Shelley Duncan, 0 for 1 tonight. Reached on a walk his last time up. Duncan coming off one of his best series of the year, if not his best. He went 7 for 16 in Baltimore with 2 home runs, 3 doubles, and 4 runs batted in. He hit it right on the nose his first time up, but he lined out to Callaspo at third. Weaver trying to get out of this bases loaded jam, gets ahead with a strike. Right-hander Jared Weaver with his 95th pitch of the night. And a foul back. It's 0-2. Weaver came into tonight's game with a record of 8-1 and a 2.31 earned run average. Breezed through the first 6 before a walk, a hit, and another walk, loaded the bases with nobody out here in the 7th. But he got Damon to bounce into a fielder's choice. Kochman fouled out right at home plate. And now Duncan down on the count, no balls and 2 strikes. You know, you see some guys, Rick, try to throw that fastball up out of the strike zone when the catcher puts that target up there, and invariably you see a lot of guys miss.
They miss down.
Right down the middle of the plate.
Yeah, well, this
he doesn't
guy,
seem to ever miss.
Well, there's no reason to when you have 2 strikes. If you're going to go up there and miss for a ball.
All right, so the Indians still have a chance here with 2 down. A 1-ball, 2-strike count for Duncan. High and foul and way out of play. Weaver closing in on the 100 pitch mark. This will be number 98.
Yeah, he's thrown 12 pitches with the bases loaded, and 9 of them have been strikes, so he hasn't messed around.
Strikes him out. Boy, the Indians load him up with nobody out and do not score. 2-0 Angels. We go to the 8th.
Telecast is presented by the authority of the Cleveland Indians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians.
Well, it's a 2-0 Angels lead as we go now to the 8th inning. Jared Weaver getting out of a bases loaded, no out situation without allowing a run.
Well, that's unfortunate. The Indians had to take advantage of that. They certainly could not do it. Now, Ubaldo's got to go out there and shut him down again and give him another chance.
Eric Ibar drove in a run with a sac fly back in the 5th.
Pitch down low, 2 balls, no strikes. 90 pitches on the night for Jimenez. Finds a strike zone with that one, 2-1. Ripped to right field. Chu will cut it off, and Ibar will put the brakes on. He would have been a dead duck.
Well, that's a good thing, though. I mean, that's your job as a base runner. He forced Chu to hustle over, get that ball, plant, and he was going to force him to make a good throw, and he did. But that's what you do as a base runner. You think it's thinking double right out of the box, and he's going. If he sees anything where he may bobble it or not catch it cleanly, he's going to go to second base. That's the way you turn with a single. Good play by Chu to hold him, though.
Now Torrey Hunter 1 for 3 with a single back in the first. He has struck out, grounded out since then.
They'll be off and running now. They will, even though they've been thrown out a couple times tonight, they will still continue to stay aggressive because they have a 2-0 lead. They want to increase it.
Runner goes, and it's fouled back.
This is the kind of team the Angels are. When they get a lead, they stay aggressive. They want to keep the pressure on the defense, on the pitcher.
Joe Smith now up in the Tribe pen. Runner goes, and a slow chopper to short. Cabrera won't have a play at second. He'll go to first to get the out there. And now the Angels have a runner at second base with 1 out. As promised earlier, it's Miller time. Brought to you by Miller Lite. Carlos Santana threw out Eric Ibar trying to steal in the first inning.
Yeah, he's throwing the ball well tonight. A couple nice throws, throwing out 2 base runners, and then you remember he did get Pujols rounding second after the wild pitch.
And Albert Pujols with a single, a walk, and he fly to right tonight. And now they'll just put him on.
Well, you're going to go up against a good hitter, but you play the percentages, and you want that ground ball double play now. And I don't blame him. Put Pujols on after Ibar gets to second.
In-game box score brought to you by your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers, who invite you to see the all-new 2012 Sonata. Visit NorthernOhioHyundaiDealers.com today. Howie Kendrick, the solo homer back in the 7th inning, hit by a pitch, stole a base, and scored the Angels' other run in the 5th inning. Kendrick Morales has flied out each of his last 2 trips. 3 on the right side of the infield for the Indians. Technically, Cabrera, the shortstop, not really on the right side. He's up the middle, shading him just a little bit to the left side of the bag. And a runner going for third, and a swing and a foul back.
And, you know, you've got that open alleyway if you're Santana with the left-hander at the plate. If they're going to take off for third, Hanahan has to stay a lot closer to the bag than he was earlier in the game with nobody on.
Two-strike pitch way up high. Ubaldo just over 100 pitches on the night.
One thing he hasn't done tonight that he did right there, overthrow, he's only done it to 2 hitters tonight that I recall. And one was Pujols back in the 6th when he had him down and he tried to overthrow a couple of breaking balls. And that 0-2 pitch right there. He's been within himself today. And again, he's thrown the ball very well.
A 1-2 way outside and a little low. So the count even 2 balls, 2 strikes. With 2 on, 1 out here in the 8th inning. I don't know if he's killing time or what, but it took him like 10 seconds to walk back to home plate. Now the 2-2. Hit a ton deep right field and just foul. Wouldn't have had the distance. It would have been close. But I don't think it had enough to get out of here anyway. But Morales just missed. Putting this one out of reach.
That was a high fastball. Morales got on top of. That would have been off the wall, though. It was close.
I'm not sure why Santana called time there. Ubaldo had agreed.
Because he wants to know what he called.
Maybe he wasn't sure. Well, which one did we agree on?
He wasn't sure because he went down 2 or 3 times. Ubaldo had the sign that he thought. I think Santana was off.
Slowly chopped up the first base line. Jimenez will tag him out. Or did he? Yeah, he did. 2 down. Runners to second and third. Well, that's going to bring up Mark Trumbo with first base open. You probably just put him on and go after Callaspo. That'd be my guess.
Well, you could go ahead and pitch to him. And I mean, try and get him to swing at your pitch. I'm not saying go ahead aggressively and throw him fastball, but Manny's going to walk him. Callaspo has struggled. But when you sometimes pitch around a guy, you could bounce that splitter or curveball, so they're just going to put him on. Second intentional walk in the inning.
Yeah, you got Trumbo with 20 homers and 55 driven in. You got to make Callaspo drive the dagger in here if you're going to go down. Not that he's not capable, but.
No, I know what you're saying there. You're already down 2-0. You can't take your chances of falling down 4-0 if he gets a base hit. But he's got to come back here, and now there's no room for error.
Well, here comes Manny Acta. Let's see if he's just talking strategy. I don't think he'd make some move here. Baldo's saying, I'm good to go here. I can get this guy. Well, it looks like Manny's going to give him that opportunity to try to get out of the inning. So it will be up to Jimenez facing Callaspo with the bases loaded and 2 down. The Indians had him loaded with nobody out and could not manage a run in the bottom of the 7th. But now the Angels fill him up with 2 down in the 8th. And Mike Trout, who was unable to go as a starter tonight because of a problematic pinky finger. And he's going to run here for Trumbo.
Well, he could probably run and play defense, and hitting is what bothered him. So with a lead, they're going and maybe putting in the pinch run and then for defense as well.
The pitch. And it's 2-0. Now Jimenez fires. He missed again. 3 balls, no strikes.
That's what I'm talking about when you walk the bases loaded. There's no room for it. You've got to be aggressive and go at that next guy.
Well, he'll be taken here.
He'll be taken too.
And he didn't even come close. So Jimenez
There
walks
you
in
go.
a run.
Now you go get him. He's done now. He gave him his chance.
So the strategy backfires as Jimenez can't throw a strike. Disappointing after the way he pitched here tonight. He'll leave with the bases loaded and 2 down in the 8th, and the Indians now trailing it 3-0. Each make a donation of $5 to the Gathering Place, while Great Clips donates $50, over $4,000 on the year. And great needs, great deeds, great clips. Boy, we could have used a homer last inning when the Indians had them loaded up.
No doubt about that one. Sure could have. And now it's Joe Smith's turn to come on. Unfortunate for Jimenez. I mean, 3 walks in the inning after the leadoff single. 2 of them intentional. But he gave himself Manny gave him a chance to get out of it, and then he walks to the guy he had to get out, Callaspo, and made it a 3-0 lead. So Joe Smith comes on for the 37th time. He'll face Howie Kendrick, and certainly not the way he wanted to finish this ball game because he pitched a beauty.
Ground ball to second. Kipnis will throw him out to end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It's now the Angels 3 and the Indians nothing. All right, back here in Cleveland, it's bottom of the 8th inning. Mike Trout stays in the game. He's in left. Jared Weaver pitching to Jim. 3-hit shutout. And he'll face Jack Hanahan to start the bottom of the 8th. Hanahan looks at ball 1. He is 0 for 2 on the day. He grounded into a double play his last time up. Fastball popped up and out of play. Weaver just at 100 pitches now on the night. Missed outside.
Well, they had this guy on the ropes, and when you turn it over to their bullpen, they have been outstanding. This guy and Frieri, their closer, they have been locked down, lights out.
Low with it.
He may let him come in here and go another hitter or two, but he won't be around long if he continues to fall behind or walk anybody.
Weaver the wide on the 3-1. And a smash to right. That's going to be a base hit. So the Indians get their leadoff man aboard. They need one more base runner to get that tying run to the plate. Hanahan got a pitch up. It looked like it was even above the belt, Rick, but he jumped on it.
Yeah, that one ran away from him a little bit, and he gave him a little more swinging room. And Hanahan gets the base hit.
All right, let's see what Shin-Soo Choo can do. A base hit his last time up. Pops this one high in the air and out of play. The pitch. And Choo fouls it out of play again. 0-2 the count. He ran that fastball up. Wouldn't chase after it, though. The 1-2. And a line drive base hit to right field. Hanahan will stop at second, and here we go again. The Indians have their first two on to start the 8th, just as they did the 7th. And now Mike Scioscia will make the move to the bullpen. So it's the end of the line for Jared Weaver here in the 8th inning. He'll leave with a 3-0 lead. He can win it. He cannot lose it. Our highlight reel brought to you by your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers. And Jared Weaver has pitched a gem to this point for the Angels. At one point, he retired 11 Indians batters in a row from the second inning through the fifth. Got a double play to help him in the sixth inning, and then bases loaded, nobody out. And he got out of the seventh without allowing a run. Now he gives up back-to-back hits here in the eighth. And now the Angels turn it over to Scott Downs in the bullpen. This left-hander has been some kind of good.
Yeah, look at the ERA. The opposition, it's tough to get hits off this guy. He matches up Downs now. He leads the club with 14 holds and tied for the lead in 29 appearances. This is number 30 for him. A great ERA, a veteran guy. Flipping Cabrera over to the right side.
He leads all major league relievers in ERA. But those two runners out there on base wouldn't be charged to him anyway. Those are responsibility of Jared Weaver. As Cabrera looks at ball one, the Indians down 3 here in the eighth. Double play ball to short. 6-4-3. Hanahan to third. Now there are 2 down.
He throws that pitch down in the zone. Cabrera, a good low ball hitter, but he beats this one into the ground, and it's a tailor-made 6-4-3 double play. So a 2-for-1 ball. Exactly what Weaver wanted to see. And Mike Scioscia, that's for sure.
Now Jason Kipnis looks at a ball. Nope, a called strike on the outside corner. Strike to the outside corner, and Kipnis can't believe it. I don't think either one of those were strikes.
He's shaking his head. He doesn't like it.
No,
I don't blame him.
No. Runner at third, 2 down on the 0-2 pitch. And the 1-2. Low and away. And it'll even the count up. The 2-2. Jason bloops it center field. Going out his Ibar. In is Borges, and Borges is there to make the catch. And the inning is over. Frustrating night for the Indians offense as we go to the ninth. 3-0 Angels. but the Angels lead it 3-0, and we go to the 9th inning. Joe Smith, who got the last out of the 8th, stays on to work tonight. And Peter Borges, 0 for 3 on the night, fouls it off. Down low. Missed inside with it. And a count, 2 balls and a strike. And the 2-2. Little tapper in front of the plate. Santana jumps on it and throws him out. Well, the Indians tonight shut down by Jared Weaver for the first 6 innings. But then in the 7th, they were able to load him up thanks to a couple of walks with nobody out. But they couldn't get a run home, and then they get their first 2 on in the 8th inning. And Cabrera hits into a double play. One night you're scoring runs by the bushel full, and the next day you're starving for that one hit with a runner in scoring position.
Well, you know it was going to be tough when you come into this series. The Angels have the best starting pitching in the league. And you knew it was just, I mean, anytime you have opportunities, you have to take advantage of it. You can't squander them. And the bases loaded, nobody out. I knew that if they didn't get 2 runs to at least tie the game at that point in time, it was going to be a short night the rest of the way. You know, good pitchers that you don't accumulate and put together a lot of hits against good pitching.
Well, here's the thing about the Angels turning their season around that maybe gets a little bit overlooked because the star power of an Albert Pujols, because the emergence of young players like Trout and Trumbo. Okay, from April to May, their runs per game went up by over half a run. And then from May to June, it went up over a run a game. But their ERA from May to June went down almost a full run. And from April to May. And from May to June, it went down almost a full run again.
Well,
so it's not just the offense getting it going, but their pitching has gotten a little bit better, and a little bit better, and a little bit better.
What makes their bullpen so much better? They made a trade for that Frieri kid from San Diego in early May. Their starters, they give them length, and you know, you go deep into the game. And if they have the lead, they've been able to turn it over because these guys are fresh. Downs has been lights out, and this next guy we're going to see, I believe he would be up and warming up right now. I'm not sure. But they have been lights out, those 2 guys. Frieri hasn't given up an earned run in 24 innings, 24 and a third innings. So, and maybe Downs is coming back because he has 6 saves this year.
Well, with all the left-handed hitters the Indians have, Kipnis storms in, barehand grab, throw to first, got him! Oh, a sensational play by Jason Kipnis, where the barehand grab and throw all in one motion, and the Angels go 1-2-3. Last chance for the Indians coming up. All right, we go to the bottom of the ninth. Let's take one more look at that great defensive play by Gibness.
Well, that when a left-hander tries to take it with you, that's your only chance. He was playing it back, and he just does get him at first base. Barehanded the throw over, and it was bang, bang, but a very nice play. So now the Indians down to their last opportunity. Scott Downs stays on because he will face Brantley, Santana, and Damon.
Now Michael Brantley 1 for 3. He singled his last time up. And it's low for ball one. And a soft line drive caught at short by Ibar, who showed good range to go out and get it. One away. Stay tuned for the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show. It's coming up next here on Sports Time Ohio. And a reminder, tickets remain for tomorrow, Game 2 of this series. Zach McAllister, Dan Hare in the matchup. But big fireworks show, 4th of July celebration tomorrow night after the game here at Progressive Field. If you don't have tickets, go online, get them now, print them at home. Come on down here and enjoy big fireworks show after the game tomorrow night. Wednesday's 4th of July game here at the ballpark will be at 4 o'clock. And that way folks can catch the game and then get out to wherever your local fireworks show is.
Hometown fireworks show, right.
Downs deals, and Santana takes in off the plate. Two balls and a strike. Broke his bat right into the glove of Downs. I mean, like he threw it to him right into the glove. Downs never saw it. He just put the glove out and boom, it went in there.
He says, I'm not throwing you the balls, the guy. Those guys, it was funny over at third. Cayespo and Ibar were faking like they were throwing it around the infield after the out. He says, you're not getting it. Took a base hit away from Santana, and he says, I'm just keeping it. Not going to throw it around. Look at it. He just snagged it. Look what I found. Holy smokes.
All right, 2 down for Johnny Damon. Damon 0 for 3. And takes a strike. Johnny Damon takes, it's low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lefty on lefty matchup here with 2 down on the bottom of the ninth. Indians down 3. The 1-1. And a slow bouncer foul up the first base line. The Indians down to their final strike as Damon tries to keep it alive. Weekly tap to second, and this should do it. The Angels shut out the Indians. The Angels have now been involved, I believe, in more shutouts than any other team in the American League, or probably in all of baseball. And for the Angels, this time they get the shutout. And let's see, that is now the 20th shutout they've been involved in this year. They blanked the Indians. 3-0 is the final score, and it's time now for our play of the game brought to you by KeyBank.
Well, I mean, the Indians had one opportunity tonight. I mean, a good opportunity. 7th inning, nobody out. Damon at the plate. He hits a little ground ball. They get the force out at the dish. Kochman comes up next. He's going to pop up to the infield, make that the catcher in foul territory. That's 2 outs, and then he's going to come out and get Shelley Duncan to swing and miss. There you go. He's out of it. Didn't give up a run. Gets his 9th win of the year.